California Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined by Paul Zellerbach. He is the DA for Riverside County. Sir, it's always amazing to me when I speak with elected officials about human trafficking. This is the 21st century. We are now into the second decade of the 21st century. I can't believe that we're talking about human trafficking in California.
Well, we're talking about it in California because California is experiencing most of the problems with respect to human trafficking.
Why?
Because of our diverse population, because of our closeness to the Mexican border, and because we have people who want to come here to California for the weather and the economy and everything.
But as I understand it, it's not just international trafficking, it's also domestic.
Oh, it's both. We're seeing trafficking from our local kids are being trafficked.
And is it for the purpose of sexual exploitation, drug exploitation? What's its purpose? Domestic help?
There's two primary areas of human trafficking. One is
sexual exploitation?
Sexual exploitation, predominantly of juveniles, unfortunately. And then the second is forced labor. And we see that a lot. People are duped into coming to this country or coming to California, and they're indebted.
It's like the indentured servitude that we know from my daughter's American history exam.
In essence, human trafficking is a modern form of slavery.
And there has been a lot of attention paid to it. I understand that this poster is now mandated to be put up in various locations.
Correct. Our state legislature passed a bill in 2013 that requires DA's offices to post those throughout their counties, and that's what we're doing with respect to this poster.
What can we do? I know that's part of the reason you're on today, is to call attention to this problem and make us aware of what we can do if we see hints.
We need the public's help. This human trafficking is one of the most insidious but also fastest growing crimes in the state of California. And it's a type of crime that occurs right in front of us. We see it every day in many different forms. And so that's why law enforcement needs the public's help and assistance. Whether it's forced labor trafficking or domestic help or even with respect to children.
Now, I would have expected that if we were to have a human trafficking problem, it would be in our major urban centers, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego. Yet in the Inland Empire, which has some nice urban areas, but it's a problem here.
It's a problem.
Why is it a problem in the IE?
Well, because again, we're very well situated with respect to Orange County, San Diego, and Los Angeles. We're kind of in the hub. And what we've seen just in the last year or two is human traffickers, oftentimes gang members, because this is a reusable product. Unlike drugs or guns, once you sell those, they're gone. Here, it's a mobile product. You can move it from county to county, and it's reusable continually. So it has more value. And so what they're doing is taking, in my experience in Riverside County, taking our children from our high schools and taking them to LA and San Diego to be trafficked.
And what about these victims? Are they being charged with crimes if they happen to be prostitutes?
Absolutely not. They are considered as true victims, and we need them and need their assistance and cooperation to prosecute the real criminals, the human traffickers.
And what about the Johns? What are you doing with the Johns? You know, oftentimes no excuse, believe me, but they may not even be aware that this is a trafficked individual. No excuse, but
they may not. But the laws are more strict, and the penalties and punishments have been increased in the last year or two with respect to Johns participating in that kind of activity.
And so if we have any hint that someone may be a victim, what can we do?
There's a hotline number on that form. Please call the hotline, call the DA's office. I authored a bill, Senate Bill 939 this year, that was passed by the state legislature that talks about, it was sponsored by Senator Block from San Diego County, that makes it easier for DA's offices statewide to prosecute human trafficking
I want to thank you for joining us. His name is Paul Zellerbach. He is DA for Riverside County. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's California Edition.